welcome back to Lioness Say So with me, your host Siroka the Lioness. And guys, yes, you know I'm in Europe right now, and I have this exceptional man here. Do you mind introducing yourself to us?
Yes, for sure. I'm Gerold, and I'm working as a professor and a consultant in Germany. Yes.
So, Gerold, just a question: are you a very rich man?
No, I'm not rich. I'm rich in wisdom and in education.
You're rich in wisdom and education.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell us, as a young man, did you always want to be a professor? I mean, how did this ambition of yours start?
I didn't have a professor in my mind.
Uh-huh.
I was always looking to professors and said, oh, it seems to be a very nice job to be free, have no regulations, you can decide what you want to teach, you want to go where you want. And that gives me an imagination. Maybe it could be a best profession. Yeah. But it was more than a dream than a plan.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have like any role models that you grew up looking up to, like people in the family who are in the educational sector? Do you have anybody like that?
Nobody. I'm coming from a family with 6 kids.
Wow,
my parents
6?
are quite poor. My father was a craftsman. And I'm the youngest, and maybe the youngest got the best genes at the end, and then I found my way how to do profession.
Yeah. So as a professor, as a young professor, because how does that work? Do you go first to university? Do you go directly to become a professor? How do you achieve that goal first?
Yes, it's a totally different way. I'm not a scientist from my heart.
Okay.
I'm a people manager from my heart, and I started working in companies as HR managers for family-owned companies, and I have done HR management for 13 years.
Oh wow!
As HR manager in 2 different companies.
Yeah.
And then I got the offer to come to my university and be a professor and to develop there a new study program. It's called International Business Administration.
Wow!
And I'm always a changer and a builder, and so I was challenged by that to create a very nice study program in 3 different languages with young people, teaching them how to do business globally.
Oh wow! So you have a lot of exposure since you started this whole journey of yours and your profession.
Yes, for sure, but on the other hand, it would be too boring for me just to be a professor.
Yeah.
Because I want to transfer my knowledge also to business.
Oh, okay.
And I decided at that time to be a professor with one leg, and with the other leg I want to be a consultant. And since 20 years I'm professor and a consultant. I'm running my own consultant company, doing executive search, management audits, talent scouting, such nice things. Wow. And that gives me my passion.
And okay, now you've talked about the fact that you're doing these 2 careers. How do you balance that? You know, like what time do you have time to do consulting and then going to class? You do go to class, right? And teach your students.
Yes, I do go to class 2 days to 3 days a week. If there are lessons.
Oh, okay. So how do you balance it? You know, there are people out there, maybe they feel hard to balance 2 careers. They feel like, you know, one career takes the toll on the other. For example, do you think that's true? Does one career like take most of your attention more than this other one, or how do you balance them?
I balance it because my work is no work. It's my fun.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not talking about working hours or working days. I'm just talking which topics, which projects are interesting, and gives me a good feeling. And at the end, I can do both. So there is no, I do not count working hours.
Oh.
Even I work very much, and I like to work.
Yeah.
But sometimes it feels, for me, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah. So, you know, basically a lot of people who are going to be watching this are from Africa. And how would you advise somebody out there who wants to come up here and maybe pick a profession in Europe, on your own opinion? How would you advise somebody, like, what would you tell them to do if they wanted now to come to Europe and probably now start a career, or maybe join university? I mean, where do you think they can start?
The starting point is any time to know what I want to do.
Yes.
First point. Second point is I have to be competent in any way.
Yeah.
So I have to gain competency.
Yeah.
In an area I want to be successful, or where I feel my passion.
Yes.
And the third point is which Europe is a big country, and Europe is not Europe.
Yeah.
So France is totally different from Spain. Spain is totally different to Germany.
Yes.
So in which cultural area I feel a fit on my own.
Okay.
and then decide to go to Germany, for instance.
Yeah.
I have to be a patriot at that point, and then you have to learn the language.
Yeah.
By the way, English is a global language, yes,
Yeah.
and a lot of people think with English it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to be staying in France or in Spain or in Germany, you have to learn
The language.
basically.
Basically, so that's
not perfect, but basically that you can do it that you can stay
and interact with
in
people
a daily life.
Yeah.
And interact with people, yes.
Yeah. So you know, as a young person, you know, back when you were younger, didn't it interfere with your personal life? I mean, just all this studying and or you trying to bring yourself up, does it interfere with your personal life? Like you don't go out as much as the rest of the people who are trying to, you know? Did you have a fun life, you know, growing up?
I had a big fun life.
What time did you have to go to class?
Always was fun. I haven't been to class any time. Sometimes just I know when I have to focus. I know when I have to focus, and then you have to focus your energy to get the results.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you have any time to be focused.
You know, if you say the word professor, somebody thinks that, oh, you wake up books, you go to sleep books, you wake up the next morning books. Probably, so you can have fun and also have a successful career.
Yes.
You can balance it.
I think you should do that.
You guys, you heard. Know when to focus. So tell us about your consulting business. What inspired you now to start it?
My entrepreneurial interest.
Yeah.
I want to be an entrepreneur. In my career, anytime I said I want to be a consultant, I want to advise companies.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was one of my visions to be that. And I did a Master of Business Administration. It was an additional education. That's because I thought, okay, you have to be competent in any way and not just talking. You have always to delivering as a consultant, and that was my starting point.
Wow! So
and then, because I'm a people manager, I'm always good in people, culture, and structures. I decided to start my company there.
Wow! So was it easy? Was it easy? Because I think this is just like another field. Or did you use the same connections you've achieved over the years?
It's never easy, but you must have some luck. And that's it. I met a great guy.
Luck, really?
And I met a great guy, you know him as well.
Yes, I know him.
He was one of my first clients, and we had a very good period at that time, and that gives me the chance to get my references, to build my company bigger and bigger, and it's not a question of being big, it's a question of being professional. And I liked what I do. No project is the same. I do not do 100 times the same thing. People are always different, situations are always different, strategies are always different, yes, and cultures are always different.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So it's all about, do you think it's all about building connections in the consulting industry? I mean, like, it's who you know, it's how many contacts that you have achieved or you have gotten out there. It's just not about, it's not a one narrow way that you don't like, you know. I mean, do clients come to you or do you have to go find them, you know? Or is it references?
In my business model, clients coming to me.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay.
Because I was recommended by anybody. And the other thing is you have to do networking. It's a must in consulting business. It's not only competency. At the end, it's network.
It's networking.
With networking, and not networking doing. I want to network with you to get your money back, or your money from your back. It's just making networking because there is some interest. You are a nice person. You make nice things. So turnover. So the money is coming as a result, but it's not the sense of doing networking.
Okay.
Understand? And a lot of people think, yes, I have to go to this networking area to meet some interesting people, get their money back. No, that's not the wrong approach. Just go doing networking, do it by yourself, have some nice conversations. 90% are friends and 10% is money.
Yeah. So you want to tell us which one pays more, professor or consulting? Which one pays more?
My fixum is professor and my variable compensation is my consulting business.
Okay. Wow, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And now, if there was like a young upcoming or uprising consultant out there who is watching you, what is the basics they need to know about consulting? Because it can't be just you're out of university.
Yeah.
Do you first of all go get a job? Do you go get hired? How do you start your own company? Basically, maybe you can advise them a little bit.
Yeah, you have to be educated in any area.
Okay.
So you have to be a deep specialist at the beginning.
Yes.
Because not being general, you have to be specified.
Yes.
In an area where you think
others
can get some value at.
Yeah.
First point. So education is always a key to freedom or to make what you want.
Yeah.
Second thing is you should have a very good manner to ask people.
Yeah.
What is your point? Why it doesn't run? So you have asking people. You are not asked for giving solutions from the beginning. You have to understand the situation.
Yeah.
And that needs some empathy. Question. Third point is logical thinking.
Logical thinking.
If you have understood the answers, then you have to be logical. Then you have to structure what you can do, what could be maybe the roadmap for a client. And the fourth point is then you have to be very professional, you have to be precise, you have to develop your possible solutions.
Yeah.
And fifth point is you have to give the other one a very excellent presentation.
Yeah.
If you are not convinced, why should you convince others? So you have to produce your childware, but you have to sell your childware in a very, very professional way.
Yeah.
So others thinking, okay, you are the only man or woman who knows what happens around in the world.
Yeah.
Then you are a good consultant.
Wow. I hope you guys heard that, because honestly, maybe you train me now.
Yeah, maybe you can do a consultant and you can do some business.
Yeah,
together.
of course. Yeah, you can consult on this talk show now. Yeah, so when starting up your company, is it a risky thing? Is it a risky thing to do? Because most people feel like, okay, if I put my money into a certain thing, in business everything is never stable. Everything is a gamble, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good risk to start up your company, especially if you're just coming up in the consultancy business?
If you have saved money, yes. And you have to,
save money. What is save money?
Yeah, you have some money, not from the bank, by your own or from your relations. And you have to define how many money I want to spend in my business.
Okay.
So define a limited amount of money.
Yeah.
So maybe 10,000, and they say, okay, if the 10,000 are gone.
Oh, you have to tell them, is it 10,000 Kenya shillings or 10,000 euros?
Or dollars or anything like this. It's just a number.
Okay, it's just a number.
You have to define a limit on your investment you are willing to do, and how much risk you want to pay in. And if you reach this limit and the money is away, and you didn't earn back the money, so stop your business.
Yeah.
It's a secret line.
Yeah.
Not to fall into burdens for your rest of the life.
Yeah.
So ask you how many money I can gather from others, loan, not from the bank. I think then you are very dependent. And then you start your business with this limited amount. And if it's money, normally if your business idea is great and you are a great business person, there is coming more money back than you expected before.
Let us switch up a little bit to your professor life. Yeah. How do you deal with so you deal with first year students, or do you deal with a certain, I don't know, how does that work? Your students are they just from high school?
Most of them coming from high school.
Oh wow! So how do you deal with that?
Some of them have done an apprenticeship. And only some small number are coming from professional life.
Oh, okay.
Some professional experience.
Okay.
So the most of them are kids.
Oh, okay. So how do you handle that? If let's say you see somebody is not paying attention to you, they're on your phone, you tell them, hey, stop. Do you do something like that, or
it's not such a question of age. You always have, if people coming together, they're doing their own things. So first thing is, if you want to get results with people, with a group of people, with a team or with a group of people, you have to define rules.
Oh wow!
What are our rules? So, and one of my rules in my class, starting in the first lesson, I always say I have 5 rules for you.
No way!
I give them my 5 rules. No smartphone during the lecture, and so on. Only one person can listen talking at the same time, and so on. And I asked them, are you agreeing with his rules? And most of them, yes. Nobody refused.
So
and that's the baseline if you want to work together with a lot of people. It sounds simple, but it's very consequently at the end.
So what would happen if somebody broke your rules?
I have always my map with me. It's a red map.
What's a red map?
I just put the red map up. The person is seeing that and she's quiet because she remembers about the rules. Or he. So with young people, you can do such things, but they like to get rules. They told me. Yeah. You are the only professor who gave us rules, and he likes it.
Yeah. It gives them direction.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then I do give them lots of fun because I'm a good storyteller sometimes, and I give them examples coming from business life because I'm always in business. I do not know stories from the last 20 years. I'm knowing the stories from today, and they like this. And I challenge them. I always treat them like adults. That's a very important point. Same height of the eyes are always in the same height. I do not want to get too much respect. I want to get respect, but I pay them respect as well. You just have to treat them as normal adults. Then it runs very well.
Okay, you're a teacher basically. A professor is like a teacher.
Yes, in that point.
Yeah, you insert knowledge, Do you have to keep revising your work all the time, or do you have everything in here?
Most of them I have in my mind, but I have to revise. I never go in any presentation without preparation.
Yeah.
Also with my clients, I did the same thing with my students. And my students like, there is one funny point they like most. I always tell them in the first class, we have 2 chapters here in my semester, in my module. You learn for the exam first. The second part you learn for your life.
Learn for the exam and learn for your life. Okay.
What do you think? What is more interesting for them?
Learn for your life.
Yeah, they're interested very much to get advice from an old guy like me. How can you be successful? How can you plan your career? And they get advantage, and they're coming afterwards and say, "Oh, Mr. That was good. I learned a lot of stuff. You are the only one, or one of the persons you know what happens around. But your lessons for life were very excellent."
So when they come out there, like, have you had students who have graduated and call you and tell you, "Professor, you really helped me out"? Do you have some who actually keep in touch with you after they've graduated college?
Some of them doing, and some of them I'm doing business again.
Oh wow! So you also create a relationship with them that actually lasts long, more than just when they're in school.
It's always a lifelong relationship, and you never know if you meet anybody in a later phase in your life who can maybe give you something.
So building bridges is pretty much essential.
Yes, long-term relationships, long-term networking.
Long-term networking. Guys, I hope you guys have heard all this wisdom from Max, man. Do you have any last advice for anybody out there who is just indecisive about a career change, or maybe they want to start up something, a business? Any last advice you have for them as you look at the camera?
In a summary, believe in your strengths,
yes,
believe in your plans, and believe in your ideas, and do it.
Yeah. Sorry, say that again. I don't think they heard you.
They can go back.
Really, man. Thank you so much, Max, for hosting me in your home. This is a very beautiful place, and he's saying he's not rich, guys. This is a very beautiful home. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I've just come here. He's about to, he's still working, and I'm just interrupting his stuff, But thank you so much. I'm sure guys are gonna learn so much from you. And guys, make sure you take in from somebody who knows like practically everything, in the business that he just talked about. Guys, make sure you focus on your life, and you make sure you just do what you gotta do to make it. Don't just sit there and whine and just not do nothing, right? People need to do something with their lives.
They will not get anything.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Matt. Thank you so much for having me. And
great
welcome
generation.
Again. Yeah.
You are a really expert.
Real expert, yeah. And I hope you come again to Lioness Say So. Maybe next time you can come to Kenya and we can have an interview in our studio.
We make great career sessions, and then we can
continue.
continue.
We can continue.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been your host, Sironka the Lioness. Make sure you go to Instagram and follow us at Lioness Empire Studios. And if you want to follow me or talk to me on my personal account, it is Sironka Lioness. Until next time, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share. Until next time, bye. Let's go. Bye.